My sister tried to hijack the family holiday I paid for. So, I cancelled her ticket and watched her true colors show in front of everyone. I'm Clarissa, 29 years old, the eldest of 3 kids. And honestly, we hadn't had a proper family trip in ages. Growing up in Milwaukee, vacations weren't exactly part of our lives. Money was short, everyone was buried in work or school. And somehow, it just never happened. But this year, after finally saving from my marketing job downtown, I thought, why not? Why not treat everyone to a getaway? The plan was simple. I booked a seaside cottage in the Florida Keys, covered the flights from General Mitchell Airport, paid for the rental house, some nice dinners at local seafood spots, and even threw in fun activities like snorkeling and parasailing. It was my gift. A way to reconnect. To breathe together without the usual noise of city life. My younger brother Daniel, he's 26. Works construction, doesn't ask for much. And honestly, he was grateful from the second he heard. He joked about teaching Dad how to surf, maybe reeling in a big catch. Mom and Dad were thrilled. Mom instantly started writing packing lists. Dad, already Googling the best grouper sandwich joints in Key Largo. They kept saying, it's been so long since we've done this. And then, there's Sophie. She's 24. The youngest. And let's just say, our relationship has always been complicated. She grew up spoiled in ways Daniel and I never were. The brand new iPhone while we got hand-me-downs. Designer jeans while we wore outlet clearance. A shiny car at 16 while Daniel and I rode the bus. Even now, back at home after college, she's used to everything spinning around her. Still, I wanted to be the bigger person. This was a family trip. So I told myself, just roll with whatever drama she might stir up. But I should have known better. At first, Sophie acted excited. In our family group chat, Mom was asking about sunscreen. Daniel was cracking jokes about sleeping on the couch with the ocean waves. And Sophie, she was posting bikini inspo on Instagram, talking about the beach. All seemed fine. Until she dropped the little suggestions. Hey, Clarissa, are there any outlet malls near the cottage? Or, I'd love to try paddleboard yoga, can we fit that in? Normal. Innocent enough. Nothing to set off alarms. But then, she dropped the bomb. It would be so much fun if Lila could come with us. Now, Lila isn't just any friend. She's the one who hooked up with my ex-fiancé. Behind my back. That name hit me like a punch. The memories came rushing back. Catching the texts, the secret meetups. The humiliation of cancelling my wedding just months before the date. And Sophie knew. She knew every detail. She'd been there when I cried. When I boxed up the dress. When I had to move back into Mom and Dad's place. So her pretending it was no big deal felt like betrayal. At first, I ignored it. Thought maybe she was being careless, not cruel. But then she brought it up again. With more enthusiasm. Lila would love the Keys. She's never been. She's had a hard time lately. It was like she thought I'd already agreed. Like this woman who wrecked my life. Deserved sympathy and a free holiday. So I called Sophie that evening. Kept my voice calm. Look, Sophie, this is a family trip. I'm not comfortable with Lila coming. Her response. A dramatic sigh. Why are you being so uptight? It's just one more person. Lila deserves a break. She can't afford this on her own. My jaw locked. It's not about her needing a break. She isn't family. You know exactly what happened. I'm not okay with her coming. Period. Her reply. God, Clarissa, you're so selfish. You act like this whole trip is about you just because you paid for it. I couldn't believe it. After everything I'd done, this was her take? I said, I'm not selfish. I'm setting a boundary. If you want to travel with Lila, fine. But not on this trip. This is for family. She laughed, bitterly. Fine. I just thought you'd be mature enough to let it go. Guess not. And she hung up. That's when the psychological warfare began. Passive-aggressive messages in the group chat. Subtle digs. I think everyone deserves to have fun. Or, some people just want to control everything. Even not so subtle hints. Can't wait to show Lila pictures of the lighthouse. Lila would die for those fish tacos, Clarissa. She was baiting me. Trying to make me snap in front of Mom and Dad. I didn't. I kept it private. Texted her directly, Sophie. Lila's not coming. End of story. She left me on read. Hours later. A long manipulative message. Lila made one mistake years ago. You're so petty. She's my best friend. You're tearing the family apart with grudges. I almost threw my phone. She was rewriting history. Painting herself as the saint, me as the villain. But it didn't stop. She doubled down. Sending me articles about forgiveness. Screenshots of Lila crying on Instagram. That's when I realized. She'd already told Lila she was invited. The final straw? A late-night call. Her voice sugary sweet. Look, Clarissa, family comes first. So, if you can't handle Lila coming, maybe you're the one who should stay home. I felt slapped. My trip. My gift. And she was trying to push me out. That's when I snapped. You know what? Fine. I'm cancelling both your ticket and hers. And I did. Removed them from the booking. Changed the password. Her frantic calls. I ignored every one. For the first time in weeks, I could breathe. The fallout was nuclear. Mom called, worried, saying Sophie was crying. Dad asked if we could compromise. But when I explained how she cancelled my booking, used my credit card, and swapped me for Lila, they finally saw it. We even had a family meeting. And that's when Sophie's mask slipped completely. The victim act faded. And years of resentment poured out. Accusing me of being controlling, of buying the family's love. Daniel stood up for me. Respect means when someone says no, it means no. And when Sophie went too far, claiming Derek chose Lila because she was better, Dad told her to leave. The room was silent after she stormed out. But for the first time in years, everyone saw her clearly. The trip went ahead without her. And it was perfect, peaceful, fun, relaxing. We laughed. We ate seafood by the water. We fished, sailed, climbed lighthouses. No drama. Just family. By the end, we were already planning next year's trip. Maybe the Rockies. And when we got home, something had shifted. My parents set new boundaries. Daniel and I grew closer. And eventually, Sophie moved out. Not by choice, but because even Mom and Dad had enough. That trip taught me something big. Protecting your peace, even against family, is worth it. Sometimes, setting boundaries is the only way to save yourself. And for once, I didn't just save myself. I saved all of us. And that's my story. What about you? Have you ever had to set boundaries with family, even when it hurt? If you enjoyed listening, make sure to hit like, subscribe for more stories, and I'll see you in the next one.